So a core area of research for me is on pharmaceuticals in emerging markets. Some of the earliest work that I did on the structure of the pharmaceutical industry in the 1990s led me to a collaboration with Margaret Kyle of Toulouse and Mercedes Delgado of Temple on the implementation of the TRIPS agreement under the WHO in 1994 and its consequences for pharmaceutical research on so-called neglected diseases. These are diseases that primarily affect the poor, such as tuberculosis, leishmaniasis, leprosy, malaria, HIV, with tuberculosis, malaria, and HIV being the big three and the others being relatively smaller. We've published a couple of papers in this area and continue to do work on the incentives that lead large pharmaceutical companies to work in this area. And in addition, we've started to explore, or I've started to explore with some other colleagues, additional topics on neglected diseases. For example, with Peter Klein, Sergio Lazzarini, and Sandro Cabral, we're looking at Fiocruz, which is Brazil's version of the National Institute of Health, that has been very successful in supporting vaccine research on neglected diseases as well as other types of activity to understand the sources of the success in that area. And then with a team of researchers led by Peter Singer, Abdel Dar, Rahim Rezai, and others here at the University of Toronto, we've started to look specifically at innovation by indigenous entrepreneurial companies in China, India, Brazil, and South Africa. Rahim's dissertation was on this topic, and that led us to a sort of series of insights about how, for the first time, we're seeing research on neglected diseases in the private sector, but not as heavily focused or originating from large multinationals as from these indigenous organizations. And we're seeking to understand exactly how they're organizing to conduct this activity.